So now I'm just headed down to the beach. Did my research online. One place is telling me it's a half-hour hike. The other place is telling me it's a 2-hour hike. One place is saying do it by yourself, no problem. The other place is saying only do it with a guide. I think it's about an hour. I have so far been hiking for 46 seconds. I'm in my neighborhood where I live in Barra da Lagoa. I actually live on this same street, and I noticed the trailhead is at the top of the street. I see 3 people in front of me. They might be hiking too, so if I could catch up to them, that would be great. I'm a little sketched about hiking alone. You could get injured or have some sort of medical emergency. I'm not super worried about that. More worried about what if there's a pack of bad guys waiting somewhere on the trail. So if I can catch up with this group ahead of me, that would be awesome. Boop, boop, boop. Well, I caught up with the group. 3 guys from Argentina. So I don't have to do the hike alone, which is nice. Estoy grabando un pequeño video para YouTube.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola. Creo que voy a ir en esta, no sé, Galleta, Fortaleza. Well, that's it for the Argentines. They're going in a different direction. Good thing I looked at the sign. They're taking a long, long hike. That's probably the 2-hour hike. We have reached the summit, which is good. I'm sweating bullets. So now I'm just headed down to the beach, which is a nude beach. So that was great because that part of the trail was kind of the scariest part. This way, you can see where we are. There's lots of light. The other side of the mountain was a lot more jungly. It's pretty awesome. You might be wondering why I did this on a cloudy day, but it's because it would be so brutally hot on a sunny day here in summer. I don't think I'd make it. I think I'd have to stop a couple of times to get water. I'm more sensitive than some people to like heat exhaustion. I learned that lesson when I spent time in Arizona. Everybody else is doing a nighttime hike at 105 degrees and they're fine. They're sweating, they're cooling off. I'm not sweating at all. I'm starting to get dizzy and tunnel vision. Thank God we found a fountain and I could throw some water on my head and calm back down. But ever since that, I learned my lesson not to do stuff in extreme heat. I picked a cloudy day on purpose. Man, this is, I'll show you this. This is kind of treacherous. Definitely some boulders right in the middle of the trail, but it's all downhill from here. I'm gonna stop filming because this is too sketchy. I need both my hands to catch myself in case I fall. Well, if I'm still a little bit of a shy vlogger, I don't have to worry about it here because there's virtually no one on this trail. It's almost harder going down this trail. It's not harder on your cardiovascular system. I'm not out of breath, but like technically it's more challenging. That holding your body back from flying down a hill is almost harder than hiking up the hill. Interesting that I'm just randomly hiking over a mountain in Brazil today. I do step back sometimes and think about what a weird turn my life has taken these past couple of years. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I do have those moments where I step back from myself. I'm like, you just decided to go hiking through a Brazilian jungle and over a mountain on a typical Sunday when you would have been at home watching football or going out to the bar in Newport Beach trying to find girls. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. But man, what a different day. I did coat myself in repellente, mosquito repellent head to toe, because the mosquitoes do have dengue fever here. Not all of them, but every bite you get is a risk of contracting dengue, which I don't want. It's usually a mild thing. It's usually, as the name implies, just a fever for a week or so. But some people do get very sick from it. And I have European genes, raised in America. I've never been exposed to it, so I'd rather not get it. I don't think, honestly, it's practical to spend any amount of time in South America and not get it, but I'm going to do everything I can and put bug spray all over, try and limit my exposure. Also, being at the beach is a good thing to do because the ocean breeze blows all the mosquitoes away. You don't find very many mosquitoes at the beach. I don't really have a plan apart from just keep going down and try not to fall until I get to the beach. This does not look like a trail. That's a gully. That is not the trail. This is barely qualifies as hiking. This is almost scrambling. And I don't quite need my hands, but I'm definitely aware that one of them is preoccupied with this camera. Definitely don't want to do this hike when it rains, or right after it rains, because part of the trail is basically the gully that the water flows through. Almost more of a ditch than a trail at this point. We got to be getting close because the trail is all sand right now. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just hiking through a Brazilian forest. Blah. I knew I was going to get caught talking to myself at some point. All right, we're about to bust out. Nope. Well, I tried to do a bust out of the woods onto the beach thing, but as you may or may not have noticed, there was a butt-naked man in front of me. Not that many naked, though. I would say less than half. You're gonna follow that trail down to the beach, and then over there, see where the rocks are? There should be another trail that hops right over, and I'll be at Praia Mole. I'm not finding the beach to be super naked. But let's take a look at this water. Pretty incredible. Almost looks like the Caribbean here. Well, I'm still looking for that trail to get from Praia da Galheta to Praia Mole. Glad I kept my bathing suit on. Practically in knee-deep water. Hola. ¿Você sabe si tenemos uma trilha a Praia Mole acá?
Bueno, está allá donde están las personas allá.
Gracias. Alright, I found the trail. There's a little group of guys over here. They're taking off on it, so I just got to figure out how to get on it. Once again, I said gracias instead of obrigado. But before I take the trail, I have to jump in here. I really wish the sun would come out right now because this is just absolutely beautiful. Looks like the Caribbean. Where I am. Where I am right now. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want to just drift away. I hope this camera is at least water resistant. Look at this. Alright, let's go float away. I'm gonna head over to a rock over there because it looks like a better place to dry off my feet and put my sneakers on. Right there. Alright, giddy up. Well, I either ruined my camera with water or I completely filled up the memory card, so I gotta shoot the rest of this with my phone. Well, that was easy enough. Scrambled over a couple of rocks and now I'm back on the trail. And I've already passed 4 people on this trail, so I think this one's a lot more occupied than the other one. This is between the main surfing beach, Praia Mole, and this kind of gay, kind of nude beach, Praia Galheta. Not overwhelmingly, I felt comfortable there. And that's it, we're back out on Praia Mole. I'm gonna relax and finish my beer. It's not really the right day for the beach. It's very cloudy. And then I'm gonna head home, call it a day.